Jesuit Laurie McBride put drugs in Brent Spiner's beer September 1992, which caused him to make love to Laurie thinking it was me. Jesuit Laurie so brutalized Brent while he was under mind control that he required stitches and ended up raping a cat that he loved. When he came to, he was horrified. Laurie's life mission is to stalk Brent Spiner, live in his house, and claim to be his wife. Jesuit bigwigs at Paramount Studios in 1993 forced Brent to acquire Laurie as a girlfriend or he'd be fired. The entire time that Brent was forced to be with Laurie, he dreamed of me as his lover. Later, using semen stolen from the rape, Laurie impregnated herself using artificial insemination to make a baby September 2001 to June 2002, with which to claim she's married to Brent Spiner. Interestingly, the Jesuits decided to impregnate Laurie right after I fell in love with Vladimir Putin, right around September 11, 2001. With my interest deflected to the Russian president, Jesuits wasted no time to try and make it impossible now for Brent to ever marry me. All photos of Brent and Laurie happy together as a couple are Jesuit Photoshop. Like Matthew McConaughey, who was horrified of his Jesuit clone wife Camila. Brent's life mission is to avoid his Jesuit clone wife Laurie at all costs. However, Brent Spiner has a Jesuit clone who impersonates him regularly at Twitter, has basically taken over his Twitter, at Reddit, that the real Brent never uses, and online and at some Star Trek conventions. Laurie McBride has been executed many times, but Jesuits have at least 1,000 clone backups. Using UFO technology, Jesuits are always experimenting. The UFOs are Satan's fallen angels. Like all the men on my marriage list, Brent lives at Church of Gale, a spaceship city that Jesus Christ built for my men and my supporters to keep them safe from Jesuit attacks. Matthew McConaughey fell in love with me in 2005 while filming the Oscar-winning movie based on my book, Silver Skies, and while substituting for Vladimir brain to brain in November 2005, while Vladimir recuperated from a Jesuit-induced near-fatal heart attack, becoming the third man on my marriage list after Brent Spiner and Vladimir Putin. Jesuits wasted no time to attack Matthew with a Jesuit clone wife, Camila Alves, in 2006 using bomb rape. Flooding tabloids with Matthew and Camila as a couple. Camila successfully bomb raped Matthew several more times, impregnating herself with the rapes to conceive her 3 children with Matthew. Camila even has Matthew trained like Pavlov's dog to ejaculate to a cowbell. The real Matthew is terrified of Camila Alves. In 2011, Matthew contacted me online through a Church of Gale website, which is currently down. Jesuits ramped up their attacks and started propaganda that Matthew was engaged to Camila in December 2011. In 2012, Jesuit Camila married the Jesuit Matthew McConaughey clone in a Catholic ceremony which took up an entire People magazine. With 3 children under her belt, Camila thinks she can keep the real Matthew enslaved to her forever. The real Matthew lives at Church of Gale, a spaceship city Jesus Christ built, and his life mission is to avoid Camila like the plague. But Jesuit transporter technology like Star Trek often forces him to deal with her. Russia has not attacked the West, and so the West does not need to attack Russia. However, Russia has attacked the Jesuits, so Jesuit supporters in the West need to fabricate stories to cook up a war with Russia to assist the Jesuits to destroy Vladimir Putin, who is second on my marriage list and the strongest anti-Jesuit world leader in the world today. Vladimir married Larissa Putina in 1983. Jesuits murdered Larissa with a yeast bacterium infection in 2000, when Vladimir first assumed the office of Russian president. In September 2001, Vladimir fell in love with me. In November 2001, President George W. Bush, under a Jesuit threat to kill his wife Laura, forced Vladimir to marry the Jesuit clone, Ludmila, of his wife Larissa, or else Russia would be at war with the United States. In spring 2013, Ludmila participated with Sarah Avery and the Thin Privilege movement in the Boston Marathon bombings, using the Tsarnaev brothers as their scapegoat. At this point, Vladimir had to divorce this Jesuit wife that he never had sex with. Vladimir Putin has been in love with me since 2001 and is second on my marriage list after Brent Spiner. Vladimir has never romantically been involved or interested in any cheap and shallow Olympic athlete like Alina Kabayeva, who raped Keanu Reeves and is an evil Jesuit. Alina does not have the depth, breadth, and genius of Vladimir's Catherine the Great, me, or Gale Schuler. It must be noted that Vladimir Putin has a Jesuit clone who frequently impersonates Vladimir in the Jesuit news.